Minecraft is a very iconic game for many reasons. May it just for some people be an enjoyable game we played as kids, or something we now associate with some YouTubers that I'd rather blow out both my eardrums than listen to for another minute. Minecraft is undoubtedly a pretty good game, with enough lore and depth to it that is deserving of someone talented to make a video on it. I'm that talent.
No, I think we've had enough of your joke.
The game harbored some of my favourite memories growing up, that euphoric feeling of finding diamonds for the first time.
Where the f are the diamonds?
Beating the Ender Dragon with all your friends after the, 50th attempt. Or even just being happy in the moment, having all the boys on after school with no further commitments or other worries. And even just joining survival servers, grinding on a summer night. Not like that. And iconically trolling children that shouldn't have been given an Xbox mic at such a young age. Or even bullying your own friends by stealing their items, to the point where they cried and had to get their mum on the mic.
If you want to play a video game, play a video game. Other than that, leave him alone.
But there is a serious side to Minecraft that does go underlooked. Minecraft was more than a game for me, and probably to many of you guys watching. It's a game that is the epitome of that childhood imagination we all once had, unleashing creative freedoms into a video game that allows you to build, craft, and make anything you ever wanted. In this video essay, I hope to show you guys what Minecraft is truly meant to me, and take you through the journey of the greatest game ever made. Almost 20 years ago, I was born on Sunday the 27th of April, 2003. And growing up as a child, I was always surrounded by video games. The same year I was born, my brother received a PlayStation 2 for Christmas, which began my obsession with gaming. Despite being so young at the time, I still remember playing loads of games on my PlayStation 2. Star Wars Battlefront, both 1 and 2. Of course, Simpsons Hit and Run, because you don't let a child play that.
Yeah, fucking big smoke.
And loads of the Lego games and FIFAs.
Get it in! You fucking dickhead.
6 years later in 2009, with me being somewhat older, me and my brother were given a games console for a joint present, demonstrated by me playing a game that I'd rather chew off my own flesh than play now. The PS3 opened up a whole new plethora of games for me to play as the PS2 was starting to deteriorate, along with me now starting to grow old and become more conscious of what I was actually doing in the games. At the time, my favourite games were FIFA, Ratchet & Clank, and of course Little Big Planet.
You can also get jiggy and shake your puss.
Little Big Planet was an incredibly significant game to me because it was my first experience with that sort of sandbox game where you can do anything you wanted. I remember in the first game where people would create levels where if you completed it, they'd just give you a bunch of cool custom-made vehicles, weapons, and other random stuff you could play around with in your own personal levels. And some of the most degenerate stuff as well is on Little Big Planet. Anyway, this meant that you and a friend could join each other's levels and mess around with the stuff you collected. And some of those times spent mucking around are some of my best memories from when I was younger. And even going back and watching clips of the game make me nostalgic for times where I was so simply entertained by stuff like that. Little Big Planet, much like Minecraft became later for me, was Lego on the big screen, that sought after creativity now on a TV. And it made sense why I liked this stuff growing up. As a kid, I wasn't particularly the most behaved. I never had anger issues or anything like that, but it was apparent to my parents that I was quite hyperactive. I don't want to self-diagnose myself or anything, we're talking 10 to 15 years ago. I'm pretty normal now. And when you grow up, you do seem to get a perspective for things like this. And with hindsight, I think that's why I did spend a lot of times playing games as a child. That ability to escape in an alternative reality with colossal worlds and lots to do probably really satisfied that itch I had when I was younger. And that's probably why when I was first introduced to Minecraft, it interested me so much. Yeah, that is me. I've got to be the first iPad kid. My dopamine receptors must be so far behind everyone else. My dad is one of them tech geeks, so when the iPad came out, he was proper soy jacking, consumer facing all over it. And obviously with my ability to play all these different games now on the go, the iPad was so goated if I was dragged anywhere by my parents. Yeah, I had a DS and stuff, but Nintendo was full of losers.
Dude! My fucking God! You know how bad you smell. You reek of shit.
Even back then. And on the iPad, you can watch funny videos like Shane Dawson.
Hottie. Monkey woman.
How did he get away with that? And equals 3 at the time. And Smosh.
Primero salvando al mundo? Eso es tonto. ¿Saben lo que?
Nacho taco, chini
As I hadn't grown up with a PC or laptop, this was my first proper introduction to being able to browse the World Wide Web. YouTube was arguably in its prime with Let's Plays taking off, and Minecraft was at the forefront of this. I don't know how I stumbled across the content, but I remember some days I'd come home and sit there watching my favourite Minecraft creators for hours, and this is what got me into the game. Watching people like Stampy Longhead, Captain Sparkles, and many more. Seeing all the cool stuff they were doing and how much fun they were having in Minecraft made me want to experience the same joy they were having. Sadly at the time, console wars were at their peak, and Minecraft was exclusively for PC and Xbox 360, and I owned a PlayStation 3. This meant I had to cop out and get my dad to buy me the Pocket Edition on the iPad, and despite any misconception you might have about that version of Minecraft, as a kid, it was one of my greatest experiences from my childhood that I'll always cherish. It allowed me to experience a version of Minecraft that was much like it was in 2009, and it gave me a greater appreciation for the game when I was finally able to play it on console. I feel like for many people that may not have grown up with an Xbox, the Pocket Edition was the ability to join in with what everyone else was playing or what people at school had been talking about. I even had some other friends that would join me playing it, having sleepovers and using the land feature on it to help collaborate on each other's worlds, staying up all night mining, building cool structures, and making netherrack fortresses, which was a feature exclusively for Pocket Edition. But despite this, something was still missing. I wanted more. I wanted to be able to go to the Nether, have minecarts, trade with villagers, and being a huge fan of Stampy as a kid, I really wanted to recreate his lovely world if I ever had the chance of playing Minecraft on the PC or Xbox 360. On the 18th of December, 2013, Minecraft finally arrived onto the PlayStation 3.
Holy fucking shit.
I logged on, installed the demo, I sat there playing the tutorial world for hours, going through all the different items that I hadn't experienced with Pocket Edition, like enchantments, golems, potions, redstone, and everything felt so familiar but yet new at the same time. The one downside was that it was so close to Christmas that my parents didn't want to buy it for me and told me to wait until Christmas, which really upset me. I don't remember throwing a big, baby wah-wah about it.
It's nothing to me! It's a bacterium!
But I did really feel a bit lonely. I saw all my mates playing it together on my friends list, and yet I just had to wait. But you know what dads are like, they come in clutch, and on the night before Christmas, we're going out on a family meal. My dad bought it for me, and I set it to download whilst we went out, and that has probably been the longest wait of my life. After we finished, we came home, and I played a little with my friends. They had a joinable world open, and it was a lot of fun. We all had Christmas in the morning though, so one by one, we all slowly started heading off to bed. Now, if you hadn't realised by now, I'm a pretty privileged white kid. Yeah, I might have waited a while to get a PS3, but the PS4, the privilege was on a whole nother level. I think my dad forgot to file the taxes this year, so Christmas was pretty good. Don't get me wrong, I was hyped for my PlayStation 4, but I wasn't complaining when it didn't work.
How about now for your PlayStation 4?
Similarly to Xbox 360's Red Ring of Death, the PS4 was experiencing the blue light of death, so on Christmas I was actually unable to play it. But that didn't really matter though, because I still had Minecraft on my PS3. And with my brother now not caring for the PS3 as he waited for the PS4 to be fixed, I had it all to myself, playing countless hours through that Christmas break, playing with the funny little Christmas skin pack. Ding, fries again, ding. But I think an important question is, why did I tell you all that information? Honestly, it's because I'm actually able to. And I think that's the most important part. This stupid little block game made by a few guys must have really had a special place in my heart if I was able to dig that far back into my brain and rediscover these memories. Minecraft must have touched something deeper than just childhood game nostalgia. Sure, I'd played it a lot, but I also played other games a lot. Minecraft must have excelled past the nostalgia bubble because it's a game that even in 2023, I'd go back and never have anything bad to say about it. Despite this, I don't just want to talk about my relationship and journey with the game, but I also want to uncover what made Minecraft one of the greatest games of our generation. When Minecraft was released all those years ago, sandbox games weren't what they were known to be like now. Sure, you had the likes of The Sims for old women on desktop PCs wanting to play housekeeping simulator.
She is going to be in the education career. I think it'd be perfect.
Shut up!
Garry's Mod was also released in 2006 on the Steam store, if you're familiar with that game.
Do yourself a favor and jump off a fucking bridge.
The key difference between Gmod and Minecraft is that Minecraft was a game marketed to kids. Cute little blocks, mining, and none of this degeneracy.
Yeah, I'm paying as a sitting man.
Please don't call me by my name because you don't know my name.
It also had a greater edge in the fact that Gmod was only released on the PC, and not to any games console.
Gordon Freeman.
Whereas Minecraft was available on all consoles by 2012, allowing for that future exposure to the market. So this is probably why my game of choice at the time was Minecraft, and for that I am grateful for. And there's loads of other reasons as well. Minecraft was that game that allowed you to really unleash your creativity without any limits. With the shift towards the digital era coming, where we were starting to grow up glued to watching stupid shit online, sitting on our phones 24/7 and messing around with friends on video games.
You talk to him and you say I'm sorry now.
Minecraft was almost like that bridge across to connecting how we used to play when we were younger. Lining up your Lego figures and other stuff to have miniature battles, or even just building random structures with Lego bricks was now something you could do virtually and alongside your friends for hours now, without creating any mess in the house.
Today, we are gonna build the world's largest Lego tower.
When you found yourself stuck on the same mission of Call of Duty, coping and seething, Minecraft was always just there in the background ready to be played, a more relaxed and therapeutic way of gaming than the competitive nature things were becoming.
Suck my dick, you fat.
And when I say therapeutic, I think you know what I'm talking about. Some of those cold rainy nights sat there manning away so you could make some cool armor to show your friends when they got back online in the morning, or promising your friends you'd build the farm so they could all eat when you got back. This sort of communal experience where you and your friends could chill out and work together building cool stuff without having to beg your parents to allow your friends to come round was what made Minecraft so great. Something about the simplicity of the game at first glance gave it such a charm in a way that showcased really that you had total control over this world. This is only at first glance, however. Minecraft is a very complex game, even if it's simpler by nature, and this is probably why it was so easy to pick up the game and why initially it was inviting to people. A survival game that wasn't particularly that difficult, whilst also giving you ways to create and innovate and make cool structures. That sort of balance between creativity and traditionally what games have been about, like we've seen with the likes of Little Big Planet. The creative game mode released in 2011 would add further depth to this, allowing users to pick and choose at a click of a mouse on what items they would like to use and blocks to place, adding to the plethora of things you can now do in Minecraft. People can now experiment with different blocks to see what would look nice in their structures, or even create whole different cities and worlds. Creative served as a tool for those who are more interested in the imaginative side of Minecraft, ignoring that of its original build the house and survive the night nature. Oh yeah, and for those losers that played around with redstone, I actually wonder what those people are doing now. Probably scrolling Reddit. Creative gave you opportunities to try out different contraptions with redstone, like TNT cannons, secret entrances to your really cool and not just copied off YouTube base.
I worked my ass off to get where I am, and you take these shortcuts?
This isn't even the half of it though. Players starting to build entirely new game modes and different ways to play Minecraft. One of the biggest game modes to come was Hunger Games, the original Battle Royale. Players all queue up, gather loot and fight to the death with no trying to get a victory royale,
Get off that! No!
but for honor and respect. Hunger Games has a very special place in my heart when I talk about Minecraft. I have clear memories of me and my friends going into creative and building up Hunger Game maps to play with friends. And this is when I didn't have a computer, just raw grind, sat in front of the TV until we were happy with it, and ready to switch the game to survival and play. PC players had a greater advantage, however, in this department. Entire maps were able to be built with the likes of World Editor, allowing there to be a variety of the maps that could be played. Not only this, private servers were also a feature, which meant companies could host servers that provided all this content for free, with the likes of Mineplex and Hypixel to name a few. The addition transcended Minecraft's popularity as now not just being a block game confined with the limitations of what the developers had in mind, but in fact the game it was truly about: imagination, endless possibilities, and doing anything you wanted in this sandbox world. When I finally got my first PC, playing Minecraft was revolutionary for me, and a completely different experience. Of course I appreciated that jump from Pocket Edition to the console, having all those new items with different experiences and having the ability to play on friends' worlds. But you know that Java Edition? It was hitting all kinds of different. Being exposed to all these different ways to play Minecraft now was insane as a kid, and not just because of the game modes like Spleef or Skywars, but even just spin-offs of already existing games. I don't know if you know this guy. His name's Ali. He does funny dances, but what he also did was own a Minecraft server called Ali Craft. And being very young at the time, I probably did like watching a few of his videos. Can we be serious for a moment? This is what you literally had to do to be famous. Literally gaming headset and put yourself in the top left. And now you have to start an OnlyFans up.
There's no fucking Mars bar down there. What are you looking at?
Get sturdy on Twitch. Although enjoying playing the other game modes, survival was something I still had my allegiances to, since it was the way I started out playing Minecraft. So all my boys got together, joined a server, created our team, and began building bases, collecting materials, with me all posting it on YouTube for no one to watch.
All your subscribers probably know about the new 1.9 update coming out for Minecraft, yada yada. Shut the fuck up!
The difference between this and a regular survival mode is that it had the monetary system, which meant you could buy and sell items like you were on Wall Street.
I'll make that deal.
Which gave a further bit of depth to the game. Also, with it being a server, it meant that there were hundreds of other people playing on that server with you, and it was almost bringing your friends closer together in the process. Doing stuff in the interest of your group, not trusting other random people in case they raided the base and it got destroyed. Those days where we'd get home from school, still in our uniform, back on the server to add more cool stuff to our base or grind for more weapons is so nostalgic. And it's something that gets lost when your friendships start to grow old and you become separated. Mineplex was another server I spent a lot of time on, bashing out Hunger Games, playing with my friend, whilst also putting that on YouTube with a grand total of nobody watching and being subject to another rinsing session in school on Monday morning.
Fuck this piece of shit, I'm done.
What people had envisioned for Minecraft went even further. Other creators now making mods for the game, stretching the confines of it even more.
Oh, God.
Fucking degenerate.
Mods like Pixelmon, combining the game losers play on the DS with Minecraft, allowing players to collect Pokemon in the world. And although I wasn't really a big fan of Pokemon, in Minecraft it was actually pretty good. Mods also added to the success of Minecraft in terms of content creation, with many YouTubers making videos doing mod showcases, like Dan the Diamond Minecart.
And you can now go make me a sandwich.
Impressive. Very nice.
Oh, and those YouTubers that show you how to download the mods in one of the dodgiest ways possible.
Bring up this page, Minecraft installers.
My favourite mod is the one where they make the game look so realistic, to the point that I refuse to go outside, and on the rare occasion I do leave my room, I ask people at the top of my voice if real life is 60 frames and 4K resolution.
You know how bad you smell.
There was also like mashup packs on console. I don't know if you remember them. They had a Halo one that looks more fun than the actual recent Halo games. They also did the same for Mass Effect as well.
Don't worry, I'm majoring in black havoc.
With all these different ways to play becoming popular, Minecraft was making its way onto YouTube. And for many kids out there, it was our first proper introduction to the world of Minecraft. At the start of Minecraft's conception, YouTube was arguably at its peak. Smosh was actually making entertaining videos for a change.
Gas station weed!
Other than the stuff they make now.
Oh, hello, welcome.
Why is he dressed like a fucking Watch Dogs 2 character?
Up yours, woke moralist.
The rules in general were way more relaxed, allowing creators to do questionable but funny things at the time.
What a fucking...
And in terms of gaming, we had cliche jokes about PewDiePie screaming at barrels.
Well, barrels, you little fucking what you
Instead of a child who is worth more than you will ever make in your entire pathetic life.
Shut the fuck up!
Being a loser, gaming has always interested me on YouTube, especially when I was a kid. Watching people play Happy Wheels on my iPad, Annoying Orange playing Call of Duty Ghosts for some reason.
Is this annoying?
Tell you what, you fat little cunt.
Or just videos about how to get that free Club Penguin membership. All that old YouTube stuff is really nostalgic to me.
You know I love that shit!
So I guess you can see where I'm going with this. That old Minecraft content during the time period was incredibly peak.
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video.
Stampy Longhead was personally my favourite, watching him every day upload new content in the world of Minecraft, and having his lovely world series that has withstood the test of time. Some of those nights where I just whack on YouTube, sit at the sofa with a hot chocolate and revel in this stuff he was doing in Minecraft is so nostalgic, and sometimes makes me a little sad that there's not the same kind of vibe anymore on YouTube.
Hi.
Pedophiles.
Stampy wasn't particularly revolutionary in a sense that he was making videos on the game. There were tons of creators doing that, but what he had done was create that consistency of videos following a narrative, seeing the everyday progress on his world and some of the story arc he would create with the likes of Hit the Target and a slightly different one for Alpha Lee.
Lee, without saying, is going to be, hopefully, bringing me some breakfast. Yay!
Was really entertaining as a child, and even I still go back and remember those iconic moments. That video with the boat war was so cool and still remains one of his most popular videos. And even that time he convinced the nation that you could go to the moon on the Xbox version of Minecraft. The creativity of his content and the execution was really what Minecraft was really about. The exercise of your imagination, which even within the confines of not having mods on the Xbox 360 version of Minecraft, he was still able to pull off. My experience with him is just one of the many that I know that you may share. What we see now that YouTubers switch up for the money, it's nice to see that the guy who raised us on YouTube back then remained true and genuine, which you can't say for many creatives nowadays. Like that Sky can't see his kids guy.
For my son, and I'm not gonna let that fucking...
Didn't he try and like sell his channel for like $1 million and he just got nothing? Like not a single person was interested. Literally the brick wall. Lots of people do owe their careers to the success of Minecraft. It was a game that provided the future of so many people on the YouTube space. You had the Yogscast killing it with their Moon Quest series, in which, despite not being a fan at the time, I still very much enjoyed watching it, along with other people like Dan the Diamond Minecart, who was so goated back in the day.
Doctor!
Fucking quiz!
An important thing to note though is, during this era, not only did Minecraft invade our viewing content on YouTube, but also the music we were listening to. Parodies on the whole are pretty cringe, and the people that still make them today are probably a little bit unwell. Bart Baker back in the day was a big one for dressing up like a woman and doing dodgy stuff that I probably shouldn't have been watching as a kid.
Yo guys, thanks for watching my Bad Blood parody. If you want to see the rest of my parodies, click the link down below or click right over here.
Doesn't he like live in China now and like works with the government? Parodies that were good, however, were Minecraft parodies. In fact, they were so good that most of the ones I listened were in fact the original song and not the parody. I'm sure you're all familiar with Fallen Kingdom, a music video shot so perfectly that even Breaking Bad was inspired by it. Honestly, I never heard the original before I heard this, so I always had an association that the backing track was the Minecraft parody, which just shows the level of influence these songs had. As a child, your standard for music doesn't really matter. Kids nowadays listen to Radiohead and Yeet, so that still holds true now. The parodies, in my opinion, were a way to continue that enjoyment of the game when you weren't even playing Minecraft. Well, now we have Funko Pops to collect to prove that you watch shows like Rick and Morty.
I'm Pickle Rick! I mean, I love kids.
Back then, the real test was knowing all the lyrics to Don't Mind at Night. And like the theme of this video, even hearing these songs now feel incredibly nostalgic to me. Whether it was just listening to the music on my own, or those times where you'd just be in the caves looking for diamonds.
That's funny. I'm in the same cave looking for miners.
Vibing out to the parodies, not made by professional people or whatever, just YouTubers, was some of the best times growing up. And it was evident that this was a shared experience just by the sheer growth of these songs and how recognizable they are to many people even many years on. The fact that YouTube creators back then were so chill and didn't take themselves too seriously was what had the real appeal to me. And that didn't just stop there with the parodies and Let's Plays. Now, if anyone knows me personally, I do enjoy a little bit of trolling.
It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
Some of the best content on YouTube was trolling videos during that time. Full-grown men with Elgatos making children cry on the Xbox 360 was the peak time to be a YouTube enjoyer.
Oh, why you take my freaking kill?
I need to know that I have done.
I'm not particularly sure where trolling first originated online. Sure, it's been around for a while, but in terms of adult causing emotional distress over a video game, I'm not too sure. All I do know is that Minecraft was prime for YouTube trolling, and it's pretty easy to understand why. Children's game has children on it, and children are very easy to bully and get upset. I know it sounds a bit mean, and maybe looking back it was a bit morally bankrupt, but it was still funny.
It's a square block.
I just want an Oscar!
And in my defense, I was probably a victim of this abuse at some point. Some of the most notable people on the bully kids scene were Merc Music, who made a video with an actual IRL troll face in his thumbnail. There's another guy called Master of Luck as well, who now has his literal channel deleted for severe violations of YouTube's policy prohibiting content designed to harass, bully, or threaten. So this guy lost his main source of income for a trolling violation. Honorable mentions, though, have to go towards Xbox editions. I've got some pretty vivid memories of him being good at making children cry.
The animatronics locked you in there.
I called a seatbelt earlier today.
Oh, and this channel called Just Video Games, who also had one of the most popular trolling videos at the time, such as how to troll a baby in Minecraft. And he's got like one of the funniest outros I've seen on a YouTube video. Like, what in the KSI funny is that? On his video called How to Get a Minecraft Girlfriend, which I'm sure Dan TDM could probably give you an answer for.
Go make me a sandwich.
Trolling on YouTube was massive, even away from the Minecraft space, with even myself at the time giving it a go. For some reason in 2015, I was trying to troll another child by sounding younger than I actually was, despite sounding like an actual mouse myself.
Childish bitch. I mean,
This literally sounds like a Skype call with a pedo. But like many things in life, things do eventually fall off into the abyss and render nothing but a memory of a wholesome, happy time. And Minecraft sadly started to become a victim of this. Much like we've seen recently with games like Fortnite, Minecraft started to go through a period where it was uncool and unpopular to play a game like that at a certain age. And even despite it being historically played by much older people, when you're that age and you're trying to battle with conformity with your friends at school, it's very easy just to drop it because a couple of your mates labelled it a kid's game, or dare I say, a baby's game. With Minecraft being such a family-friendly game, it's not surprising that it was able to be put in that bracket as just a game for kids, despite it being far more than that.
I just don't like you no more.
And that's why for me, during that sort of 2016 to 2019 period, I just dropped it. But this wasn't the only time the game was viewed in this light, much like the preconceptions made about other titles like League of Legends.
Welcome back to another episode of Krypton-born Type 4 Diabetes.
Get a life, you fat fuck!
Genshin Impact.
Stop! I'm only 6. Stop!
And Super Smash Bros. Minecraft had its own rooted insults. Minecon was a yearly hosted event spanning from 2011 to 2016, with different variations of the festival coming after. It was a gathering for all people who enjoyed the game, giving opportunities for people to speak to the developers of the game, along with some of the biggest content creators. This didn't sound particularly bad. In fact, it was a great way for fans of the beloved game to interact with each other and have some fun talking to panel members and playing other stuff provided by the event. The issue was that it became apparent that some of the individuals that attended this event weren't exactly socially qualified.
Reached a limit with the engine that will warrant the use to actually make a sequel.
No, that's about the dumbest thing I ever heard.
And I'm using those words just to keep YouTube quiet. This didn't even just span from the audience either, but to some of the panelists at the event giving absolutely ridiculous replies.
For one thing, the world of gaming is not nearly as male-dominated as people think. Females make up about 48% of gamers, and
If you don't shut your fucking mouth, I will kill you.
Or just stuttering completely and misunderstanding what the question being asked was.
I don't have a driver's license.
I don't believe Minecon itself fell off for this reason, but there was a reputation the game was getting as a result of it. These creators you idolize aren't the Sigma males you envision, but are in fact just socially awkward and as odd as you.
How long do you spend on YouTube, and how long should I spend on YouTube?
My life is fucking miserable. I hate my fucking life. I hate it.
I live on there.
And I'm not gonna let that
And the audience members that were there to represent Minecraft kind of attributed to that too. I'm sorry, but you know, when people are coming out with shit like this,
A friend of mine said if I give him £750, he'll put this game.
Shut the f.
I don't want to be known as the kid at school that still likes Minecraft.
You give it to a fucking retard.
Will you be my friend?
Even just making this video still makes me feel a bit uneasy, like almost questioning whether I'm a loser for caring that much about the so-called kids game. And these visions can be understood if we take an outsider's perspective. Kids getting obsessed over video games and dressing up while singing cringy parodies. So there's no surprise that this would eventually happen. And as I said, Fortnite became a victim of this as well. Remember We Love Fortnite, We Love Fortnite. Yeah, I think that probably sums it up. And even just some of the music stuff that was made, it's just incredibly painful to listen to, especially when you've been playing a game since the beginning and you watch it become this cringy mess. So with all that in mind, Minecraft began to collect dust on many of our shelves, and it may have always stayed popular somewhat, but with a generation of people growing up, it became forgotten about as we moved on to play different games and do other stuff. Minecraft for me became one of those games that was incredible during my childhood, but was now on par with the likes of old Call of Duty games, not worth playing anymore, and had run its course. A sad thing to happen to such a revolutionary game, but it was the truth at the time. The summer of 2019 was huge for many reasons. It was the Women's World Cup, but more importantly, Minecraft was back. SMPs were starting to gain popularity with the formation of SMP Live, created by Call Me Carson, and it became the home of many Minecraft Twitch streamers at the time, and many of them turned out to do inappropriate stuff with minors as usual.
There is a problem with in the Minecraft community.
Nah, I never knew that. I never knew that.
On the 21st of June, PewDiePie uploaded a video called Minecraft Part 1, justifying his Let's Play by claiming that it was Gaming Week. As of today, the video has over 54 million views, and was pivotal in sparking other creators to return to Minecraft.
So if you haven't heard, Minecraft has had...
Shut the fuck
He left
up. It's 4 a.m. You blood-sucking mosquito.
Along with old fans going back to some of the most nostalgic YouTubers. This still now is PewDiePie's 10th most popular video on his channel, a literal Minecraft Let's Play video. So it truly showcased that there was a market once again for Minecraft in the YouTube gaming space. And even when I was making videos at the time, I jumped on the trend with an incredibly painstakingly embarrassing video.
Get mining early on, because nothing is better than a good old mine shaft.
He's a fan.
PewDiePie's ability to bring back people to the game was incredible to see, and it was a really enjoyable time on YouTube. Even his series alone was entertaining, with him building random shit like the IKEA meatball, because if you didn't know already, he's actually Swedish, along with lore surrounding his pets, spending an entire video harassing 3D objects in a game.
There you go, have fun. Have fun, jump.
How did he actually get away with lynching in a Minecraft video? 14 million people watched this, and yeah, I was one of them.
He's a fan.
Nostalgia was starting to set in, allowing for more avenues of content production when it came to Minecraft. I'm sure by now you know who Keemstar is. Bald, beard, his girlfriend is old enough to be his daughter.
So she looked...
I'm a piranha.
And he honestly thought that Minecraft copied his game once.
Notch took another game and ripped
it off and made Minecraft.
How the fuck is that real?
You can actually suck a f***ing cock.
Well, he actually did something cool for a change, hosted an event called Minecraft Mondays that would bring creators from all around the globe into a team-based event for prize money. Now, despite me not being really interested in Minecraft PvP all that much, and the sweaty and try-hard element of the game,
it's a fucking disgrace.
Minecraft Mondays was a whole different story. The combination of some of the teams is what made it such a great event. A huge crossover episode where people who would make the most unlikely friendships. The most significant partnership was PewDiePie and none other than beauty YouTuber and incredibly hot James Charles. And I'm telling you, the bromance that followed was just so wholesome, and it really showcased the ability Minecraft had at bringing two people from completely different communities together. That sort of shared experience we all had with Minecraft as kids, regardless of the direction we went on in life. James Charles may have gone on to kiss boys and wear makeup, whilst PewDiePie remained a Swedish gamer, and yet both of them were able to create an entertaining stream with their dynamics making for really good content.
Today we are playing #GamesWithJames.
What the hell was that about last night? Why were you saying that I fucking look for pictures of 12-year-old?
I think the only downside to Minecraft Mondays was when the PvP losers were sweating on the game. Technoblade was one of these people, but he did die, so can't really say anything too nasty.
It's a fucking disgrace.
But if there is an afterlife, I did enjoy rooting against you every Monday. One thing this game has taught me is that no matter what goes on in your life through good and bad change, Minecraft has always remained there, and that ability to go back and play previous versions meant it could have that long-standing effect. Many of us picked up the game at different times because of the longevity of the game. My experience with that Bedrock edition was 2013 and 2015 with Java, but some people may have been around even earlier to experience those pre-alpha versions.
You all fucking...
Minecraft gives players the ability to load into any update from the launcher, and I think that's really important in what makes the game so great. That appreciation from old to new. Understanding that some players want to play those older updates, and that's totally fine. Loading up some of the classic updates like 1.8 fills me with so much nostalgia because I remember where I was and how my life was when I was playing that version of the game. You can argue whether or not Minecraft has changed over the years for better or for worse, but regardless, you still have the option to play whatever version you like, which is one of the most important parts of the game for me. I appreciate how things have changed and evolved, I really do, and it does attribute to Minecraft having that longevity with newer generations, along with sparking interest in old fans to see what has changed. But sometimes there really is beauty when wearing those nostalgia goggles. The eerie loneliness that simpler versions inhibited in a sort of cursed way. Like I've said before, I was a huge fan of just vanilla Minecraft survival.
Chocolate chip.
Fucking. And for me, the current game now is almost like a mod in a sense. These updates have made the game very different to how I remembered it. And the updates aren't bad, it's great they're adding more depth to it. But as a 19-year-old going on 20 who loved playing Minecraft as a child, it's important to me that I go back and play what was my Minecraft, and not what the future's generation view of the game is now. Although Minecraft has got the feature to allow you to travel back in time, sometimes it's just not good enough. One of the driving forces for this video was inspired by the Minecraft soundtrack. That ability a certain sound can have to be synonymous with a period in your life. When I hear those few notes of Dry Hands or Sweden, or any song on that soundtrack for that matter, a wave of anxiety almost overshadows me, that I feel like I've never experienced with any sound or media before. And this isn't often talked about enough with nostalgia. Although being a nice thing, going back and experiencing things, it can also fill you with immense dread when you think about what was lost. And that's why the soundtrack is so important to me, because it forces me to reflect on my life, regardless if I want to or not.
Joe!
What?
On the 4th of March 2011, C418, a German electronic musician, released Volume Alpha, the first Minecraft soundtrack, and what I would argue is the greatest soundtrack of all time. His ability to capture emotions purely through sound alone and no lyricism was truly astonishing, whilst also having a direct connotation to all those experiences we had in Minecraft. Songs like Subwoofer Lullaby really emphasize that sort of wake up in the morning grind cycle, whether that be getting out of bed in Minecraft and ready to mine, build, gather materials, or that alarm clock going off at 7 AM for you to go to school and work in real life, with huge contrasts like the song Living Mice, that really reminds me of just the sun going down in Minecraft after playing all that time. A quiet and tranquil track that almost makes you feel a bit empty inside, and although the song starts to build up towards the end, it ultimately fades out and kind of reinforces that solitude the song had for me. Volume Alpha has loads of instances like this. We have a song that is reflective of the day and the night, like Moog City, which is very upbeat and almost uplifting in a sense, to a song like Key that is very emotional and barren. It's apparent that C418 was inspired by the work of Aphex Twin, with even him showing his love for him on a Reddit post explaining how some of his work was inspired by the Minecraft soundtrack. And with Aphex Twin being my favourite ambient musician, that combination with what C418 did for Minecraft was perfect in creating a soundtrack enabling all these different types of emotions without directly stating it with lyrics. Capturing emotions without any words is an incredibly difficult task, in which it was evident that not only in Volume Alpha, but the second soundtrack he did, Volume Beta, C418 achieved. He introduced many of us to a different sound that we may not have been familiar with at the time, a contrast to the generic pop songs we've been listening to our entire lives at that point. a more authentic sounding noise that we now associate with the greatness of Minecraft. When you start the soundtrack, the memories flood back in, as you're nostalgic for that time that life was all good and chill, where some of the biggest worries in life were if you've done the dishes or let the dog out for a piss. And this is the good that nostalgia can bring, allowing you to reminisce on the good times of the past, and allowing you to relive through any medium, with this case being Minecraft. Nostalgia is one of my favourite emotions because nothing quite feels like it does. It's something that cannot be put into words how great it feels to be nostalgic, and when it's achieved. It can be a longing feeling at times, but just like in 2019 when Minecraft became popular again, sometimes it almost feels achieved. You forget that you're looking back and actually you're reliving the moment again. And that's mainly what's important to me with Minecraft, that it continues to have that effect in a long-lasting community, and its ability to keep up with the increasingly demanding market. A few months ago I made a similar video essay about Black Ops 3, a game that did not withstand the test of time. The multiplayer that was so important to me as a kid is now unplayable because the developers have just abandoned it, and it's full of hackers. And on top of that, people have just moved on and don't want to play it anymore. The special thing about Minecraft is that it hasn't been the case, and I don't think it ever will be. Somehow on my return to the game, I could never find anything critical to say about it.
Illegal immigrant. I've just woke up in a fucking steamy mood, yeah?
Sure, it might not hit the same as it used to, and I might get bored around 20 minutes in, but something about it makes me hold it in such high regard, and always appreciate it. I'm sure you can all relate to that random summer where all your friends hop on for a solid week and dedicate all your time to that joint survival world. Those experiences, despite being a rare occurrence these days, are very special to me.
Put my shit in a fucking chest.
And show a positive side to hopping back on an old game you idolized as a child.
Hey, Lamar, see me.
Put me on YouTube and I'll get the account blocked, because I actually know the people who actually code that website.
But this is only one half of the feelings that the soundtrack can culminate, and sadly the emotion I'm going to talk about is what I predominantly feel when I'm listening. Like I mentioned at the start of this segment, the soundtrack can fill you with an immense amount of anxiety as you almost come to terms about how far away those times are. All the content I created about Minecraft is now over 7 years ago, and when I hear those songs I associate with that huge passage of time, I almost become envious of the past, how better things were back then and the simpleness to life. I enjoy music a lot and I've heard a lot of emotional and moving music, but nothing is quite compared to that reaction Volume Alpha gives me. There's something so ominous about the music that sparks a rejection out of you that it's so hard to pin down with words. It's almost a sense of loss. You're reminded of those times where it would play in the background when you were living your best life with your friends and you were all together again, enjoying life, oblivious to what the future might have in store for us. This is why I believe that these undertones of its soundtrack has allowed it to hold up today, because whilst not just being reminding of those great times, it's also a reminder that they're gone now, and that all is left are these songs that act as time capsules for our childhood memories. So ultimately, why am I making this video? What has Minecraft done now to motivate me to make this? Well, one of the main reasons is the change that I've witnessed throughout the time that this game's been around. When I look back to when Minecraft was and who were the top dogs on YouTube at the time, it does make me a little sad to see how old everything's gotten and what has changed. Where we had Dan, TDM, Captain Sparkles, Yogcast, now stands Dream and Tommy in it and the rest of the losers.
This is so boring. How do you have 130,000 viewers? Don't worry, one of those viewers is your mother.
I know I'm going to be biased and maybe a little too old to get why these videos are great, okay? But from my viewpoint, YouTube is just going down the shitter, and this content is just attributing to the way things are going.
Hour. And this is me after playing for 12 hours. What will I look like after 24 hours?
Shut the fuck! Dream has his own issues entirely, being one of the largest content creators for Minecraft. He seems to cultivate and enable these losers who think that anyone who disagrees with them should be shot with a shotgun and left to bleed out. And that's like most creators nowadays, this sort of fake online facade to mask their real self in private. And that would be fine if you hadn't enabled a circle jerk community of people who spread ludicrous ideas and tried to cancel people every 5 minutes. It isn't just the community itself that's changing, however. Changes in my own life have made it feel like it was the right time to finally wrap up all my thoughts about Minecraft.
Someday soon, you're gonna have families of your own. And if you're lucky, you'll remember the little moments. Like this.
You're holding tight.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jack. Happy birthday to you.
Recently for myself, there's been drastic change, and I'm slowly coming to the reality that I'm not that young kid anymore playing Minecraft. In September of 2021, I moved out to go to university, which is that first major step. independent free living and starting to become more reliant on yourself. Life starts when you start to have your own time to think and reflect on yourself, whilst also now having more responsibility. And during that time, I came to understand that things will never be the same forever, and eventually you do have to grow up. And that was something I had to face even more recently. In early 2021, my parents split up, and in October of last year, we finally sold our family home. And stuff like this can become difficult for me because they are things that remain a constant within my life, and when things run their course and change, you almost lose that sense of comfortability. I didn't expect to grow up so fast and so soon. I liked being a kid and avoiding that harsh reality that adulthood had in store for me. Looking at old footage, seeing that innocence and seeing myself truly happy for once leaves me with a huge amount of uncertainty for the future. Sometimes I'll just sit there watching this stuff and envy how easy and simple it was back then, when we were just unconditionally happy. And that's why I spend so much reflecting on the past and playing old games from my childhood.
I am with Owen. Say what's up, Owen.
Sup, dogs.
Sup, dog. You
Last two as well.
So when it was finally time to leave my family home, it was difficult for me. And that's just like the games as a kid, they'd come and go, and friends and other things. But my home and family wasn't something I thought would just go by so quickly. And that's why nostalgia can be a scary thing, because it makes me face that things will never be the same. I guess we could experience something like Minecraft again, but will we experience everything that goes along with it? Coming home from school, playing with your friends, waking up on Christmas with presents under your tree and having all your family together? Minecraft is a catalyst for these time capsules in life. It's impossible to get these moments back. They're forever a memory. But when you log back in for the first time in a while, you rediscover a part of yourself that you lost years ago. And Minecraft symbolizes this completely. A game centered around the expansion of your imagination, at a time where the world was our oyster. And that's why I made this video, because if anything was more special to me than my family, it was this game. A game where we could be anything we wanted to be, do whatever we wanted to do, at a stage in life where everything was so new to us, where we had no idea how good we really had it. I remember when I was younger, I would always say, I can't wait till I'm older, or an adult, and our parents would just humble us right there and then. But when you grow up and gain that perspective, you realize they were right all along, and we were just too young and naive to see it. Life moves so quickly that you have to appreciate every moment you get, the good and sometimes the bad. And although this end piece is meant to be the final coming of age journey for me, and saying goodbye to Minecraft and all that it represents for me, it doesn't have to be the end. Knowing how much this game has impacted me, it's important that we share these experiences when we eventually have our own children, and don't let such an incredible game fade off into the background. So with all that being said, I want to say thank you and goodbye for now to the game that I grew up with, grew to love, and will continue loving with an appreciation of what that game has meant to me. There will be other games to come in the future, but to me, and many of you guys watching, there will never be another Minecraft.